Oh, every pony, it's a very floopy pony, venomous pie, the picky pie of this little group of wild extravaganzas right here. Welcome to another episode of Bronimaniacs Discuss. I have with me this afternoon our sweetie belle, Kitty Rosie.
Hi, I'm in a lot better mood today.
We have our dopey who's, which is endless nonsense.
I'm Rick.
No, it is.
Sorry, I had to.
Alright, we have our Twilight Sparkle, Mr. Sharpwit.
Hey, Morty! I'm Morty!
So cute.
Our Mod Pie, which is Little Looney.
I'm Picklewick!
Don't you mean Pony Rick?
Pony
No, I
Rick.
turned myself into a pony, then I turned myself into a pickle. Now I'm Picklewick!
Pony Rick!
We also
Lord, expect a lot of Rick and Morty references in this podcast.
we also have our Apple Bloom, Blitz.
Hey, Morty, we gotta get the elements of harmony, Morty. It's really important, Morty. We gotta get the elements of harmony, Morty.
You
And
forgot about burping.
we have our Trixie, David Stappleford.
I've been waiting in line forever. When's the roller coaster?
Me.
Never.
It's already closed.
And,
no!
Sucks.
and a couple announcements. First off, we have ourselves a new main member here with us. Please welcome our Lyra Heartstrings, Navy Shy.
Hey everyone.
Yay!
Hi, Lyra.
I was waiting in line at
You sitting
Las
at the
Pegasus as well.
bench, because, you know,
Wow.
benches-
Eventually, you got in.
Yeah, eventually.
And we do have someone with us who might appear occasionally. While not a main member, we decide to have a character represent him. Please welcome our good friend, Sunny, our Vinyl Scratch.
I'm back for another episode, surprisingly.
Guess
No,
who's
wow.
back? Back again. Sonny's back. Tell a friend.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, if we couldn't figure it out somehow, if the episode we'll be covering today is Grannies Gone Wild. And episode title I will not recommend doing a Google search on.
Hey, that was my joke.
Just I'm not gonna. No, I can't say that. No,
Wait,
no, that's
Wait,
just too
we're talking
wrong.
about My Love Pony? I thought we were talking about Rick and Morty. Oh, man.
Oh,
I think you're in the wrong podcast, Looney.
Season 4 isn't gonna be a thing.
Anyways, you guys know the whole ordeal. We go in a random order on one positive, and then we would go in reverse order for one negative, and then finally we will give our final ratings. So up first shall be. How about you, Snivy?
Okay. So I guess my main positive is seeing more of the what did they call themselves again? The old Grannies group. What were they called again?
Golden Horseshoes, I believe.
Yeah, Gordon Horseshoes, something.
Yeah.
Golden Horseshoe Girls.
They were basically the pony version of the Golden Girls, and it was amazing, and they were so much fun to watch.
Oh, okay, so I'm not the only one who picked up on that.
I
Yeah.
picked up on that.
I picked up on that.
But yeah, they were a ton of fun to watch for being a bunch of old ladies. They were wild. Yeah, they were a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah,
that's
there were.
That's really it for me.
Alright, who to pass it off to?
I'll pass off to Bietz.
Aww.
Me
Sorry.
talking about. Are we talking? Oh, the actual boy?
Yeah.
So, wait,
Righto. So, in terms of first of all, I just want to get this out of the way. This is the best This is an actual good Rainbow Dash episode like we've had in ages. Just putting that out there, and obviously my opinion. So in terms of positive, Snivy sort of stole it, but in terms of what I'd really like to say is how the message was actually delivered. I'm somebody who focuses a lot on like the morals and the themes in episodes, because obviously the themes are obviously MLP is a kids show at the end of the day, so you've got to look at it from what kids can take away from this episode. And I just want to go and give my great nan a hug. I really want to go and give my great nan a hug, like right now. She's like a 20-minute walk away from like my house. I just want to go give her a hug, because what I like the message, like no matter, like don't judge people by their age, is a really good message that I even think the older generation could do with. Because I'm walking around public most days, and because people see me as like, and obviously old people usually in Britain see like teenagers as like a threat and everything, it's a bit like, well, maybe like watch this and don't be so judgmental. So like that's my general point. Like the message is, yeah, it is an extremely good and extremely well developed message. So
I believe the lesson that can apply both ways.
This message is sort of like a universal lesson, which is probably the best lessons in MLP.
Don't judge someone because they're old. Don't judge someone because they're young.
Pretty much. So like it comes down to the fact that when talking about these messages, it's a bit like, well, you're judging people, but don't be that person.
Let's just don't judge people at all.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going on to first person to say I gets it.
I.
Right, Kitty, off you go.
Yay! Okay, so like my number one positive, I just love how this episode took place in Las Pegasus, because I know it's Las Pegasus is technically based off of Las Vegas, and I just find that really yay, because I live in Las Vegas and I like the activities and such that they did in there. I like totally was able to tell like what they were technically based off of. Like I know that roller coaster that Rainbow Dash wanted to ride so bad. That's actually like a real there's actually a real roller coaster here in Vegas, but I just forgot what it's called though. We went to the buffet. There's like a lot of buffets in Vegas. Their hotel room, it's like, I think it was one of those hotel rooms that's kind of like a condo or like a mini house, whatever it's called.
It's meant to be a penthouse, I think.
Yep. And I'm like, oh yep, I recognize that. And I definitely like saw like, I don't know if you guys remember, but like that scene where they showed like the whole city and everything, how there was like a Ferris wheel in the setting. I'm just like, oh yep, that's based on the High Roller. And I'm like, yep, I just love this. This just reminds me of home. I just love it so much.
That's awesome.
It's just I find it fascinating in my opinion.
So if we ever need a tour of Las Vegas, in other words, just talk to Kitty and then you're sorted.
Yeah, and I mean obviously like they obviously didn't like put casinos in Las Pegasus and everything, because trust me, there's like a hell lot of casinos here, and there's a lot of drinking, a lot of clubs, and so obviously they have the kid-friendly a lot of things.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that just the majority of Vegas, though? Like the whole Golden Strip, most of it is casinos, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think so. Like almost like even including a movie theater, there's at least one casino somewhere. Trust me.
There's a lot of things in Vegas that they have. Like they have Broadway shows, they have casinos.
There's
Viva Las Pegasus.
Yeah, Wayne Newton.
And obviously, I'm trying to be kid friendly. There's a lot of strip clubs in Vegas too. So
and
they obviously have kid friendly
and those, yes.
And well, there goes our PG rating.
Yeah, but with the Brony fan base, we've never been PG. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, you can totally tell off this. There's a lot of kid friendly stuff.
Of course, we lost our PG rating when filming the field called the episode.
Yeah.
We lost our PG.
Seriously, who does a good idea to name an episode Green's Gone Wild?
This show lost its PG rating with the Applejack's Parents episode, and how many people were in blimming tears because of it?
No,
No,
no.
the show lost its PG rating on the season 4 finale.
Yes!
Season
Yes!
4 Oh
He
yeah,
turns into Dragon Ball Z for like
Dragon Ball
5 straight minutes.
Anyways, that's my positive.
Alright, who to pass it off to?
Looney hasn't gone yet,
No, he hasn't.
right? Okay, I pass it to Looney then.
Other than a few crackpots, that is. Alright, my positive for the episode. Well, what I liked was the character development for the elder ponies. The, golden horseshoes, is that what they're called?
I think so, yeah.
Well, you can just call them the granny ponies.
Granny ponies?
Just call them the cool old ladies.
Just call them the old, hey, what'd you say, Sonny?
Before this episode arrived, nobody ever thought we'd see Granny Smith, Golden Delicious, Applesauce, and what's her name? I don't remember the last name.
Apple Rose,
On
I
a
think.
dance floor, or participating in a magic show, or even riding a roller
Apple
coaster.
Rose, I think.
Like, I'll admit, before this episode came along, I was never too big a fan of any of them. Mainly because they always seem to be nothing more than old and feeble, like that's how they've always been portrayed in every episode.
Yeah, but
this one actually added the character depth they needed.
Indeed they
Such
have.
as, like one standout scene, for instance, was the very end with the Rainbow Dash and honorary Golden Horseshoe.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta bet that was pretty sweet.
She basically is one, because I say at the end, she's not an honorary one, she basically is one now.
Yep.
Oh, she is a member? I thought she was an honorary member.
Yeah,
My bad.
no, she isn't an honorary member, she's actually a member.
Yep.
Whoops, my bad then.
So she's a wonderful and a golden horseshoe. Cool.
Life is pretty good
Yeah,
for her.
kudos to the MLP writers for just knocking out of the park with this one.
Next, you know, Rainbow Dash will be a royal card.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
It's slowly
Season 9
turning
gold
into the
confirmed,
Sombra
every pony.
universe. Slowly turning into the Sombra universe from the season 5 finale.
But yeah, I have to give them credit for the good character development. I really liked it.
Who did he pass it off to?
So that said, I'll pass it off to Shopwood.
Given that two of my positives were already taken, I think I'm gonna go with my third backup. And the little bit of a continuity between this episode and Viva Las Pegasus. In the whole hotel room, seeing how it's actually in a prosperity after the Flim and Flan took over. When they took down the Gladmain. That was a Gladmain. I miss.
Gladmain.
Guy was forgettable.
Yeah, I did notice that. There was even statues by him in the hotel.
But you actually can see. Yeah, like in the first in front of you when they entered the whole hotel room, the whole hotel. Like in the center of the screen, it was their statue.
I
in
did
gold.
not notice that. I'm gonna have to watch the episode a third time.
You guys noticed the Rick and Morty pony, but not this?
Yeah, because literally everyone on Twitter was literally going on about it. Like everyone was losing their mind about it. Let's be honest. Like the fan base.
Did you even watch the episode?
Yes. I was half asleep when I was, but yeah. I did.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Watch the episode.
Well, that explains a lot why you didn't notice that. But yeah, that was actually in the center of the screen, Flim and Flam, and you actually see the whole hotel, the whole place is doing pretty good under their rule, under them.
Management.
Yeah,
you would expect that they might actually lose or they're gonna scam the all the visitors, but no, it actually seems like they are finally doing a legit business this time, and not trying
Secretly,
to.
the prices for the hotel are so high.
Well, it's better than selling
on the elixir to actually run an entire city.
It's better than selling the fake tonic or trying to take over the whole Apple business.
That's true. That is very true.
with that being said, that's my positive. Now was improvised positive. Who is it? Who didn't went?
I didn't. Sorry.
I think we still have myself, Elite, Endless. Anybody else?
I'll go with Endless.
Okay. So what I thought was funny was the floating Applejack head.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that.
Be careful when dancing.
They can only eat some foods.
Can we just say
When
that
you realise Ashley Bull was giving Ashley Bull a traumatic flashback of being Ashley Bull.
So basically, Ashley freaked out Ashley.
Pretty much, yeah.
I always forget they're the same voice actor.
Basically, Ashley
This
was
episode was
haunting
like
herself.
another. What episode was it? Situation, Full Weather Friends, where it was basically Ashley Bull talking to Ashley Bull for the majority of the episode.
Oof.
So Ashley was haunting herself throughout this entire episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways, continue, Endless.
I just thought that was funny and how she, and how Rainbow Dash was kind of interacting, waving her hooves at it, even though it's just a figment of her imagination. But she's just letting it make her do all these crazy things, and it's just hilarious to watch.
Yeah, the way the way they amplified that with Applejack, it's just plain humorous.
I kind of have expected some point to notice Rainbow Dash randomly pulling at the ear.
I think my favorite one was when the Applejack host goes, "Do I really need to say anything?"
Exactly.
Can we also acknowledge that Joe just said in the Twitch chat, Applejack is the new Zordon. Scapegoat isn't even here. They're here in spirit.
And also the part where the Applejack head winked at the end.
Yeah.
Reminds me of from Teletubbies.
Oh my god.
I'm actually surprised you have Teletubbies in the States.
God, we have.
What?
Oh wow.
I haven't seen that since I was a little kid, and I've been trying to keep it that way.
We unfortunately have it here.
Alright, let me tell you, My Little Pony, they always secretly have things in the background that some people notice and some people don't.
That's true.
Yeah. That's great about it.
OMG, it would be nice if they secretly added random people's OCs in the background.
Anyways, guys, Elite Yoshi has arrived.
Oh.
Hey
Yoshi.
Sorry about that. One of my family members took forever just to get ready to come over to my family member's house.
It's all good, dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
You got anything else to say about your positive, Endless?
No, just I like the humor, and yeah, I'll pass off to who hasn't gone.
Me, Yoshi, Sunny, and I think David.
Yeah, I'll pass off to David.
Okay. My positives for this episode. Again, I have to acknowledge the backgrounds.
No.
Every time I see an episode, I mean, everybody says from season 4 on, I think the episodes, particularly the backgrounds, have been getting more and more beautiful with their artwork. I mean, the backgrounds are just an art themselves. I mean, you can take the characters off the scene, off the, setting, and just stare at the backgrounds. I mean, the backgrounds are a character themselves. I mean, For example, I mean, the setting of Las Pegasus, the roller coaster, just the lighting. I mean, everybody doesn't seem to talk about the backgrounds. Very less, I find. Like everybody says, oh, well, it's the characters, it's the music, it's the songs. Very rarely do I hear any of the fandom talk about the backgrounds.
I guess we.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I guess it's because we've grown so accustomed to it that we can't expect the backgrounds to look good.
Yeah. But I mean, another positive is that mesh with the setting of the said episode. So for this episode, Grannies Gone Wild, it was a setting of like, it was like going on a vacation. You know, it was like vacation from yourself. You know, the ponies go on these adventures every weekend, and they take us to these beautiful places: Las Pegasus, the Crystal Empire, Manhattan, etc., etc. It's amazing. I cannot believe when you watch an episode how beautiful the spots that they choose. The animators and the people behind the show must just go on a ball having to put all these cameos in there, aka Rick and Morty. It's just absolutely stunning. I think it's really well done in My Little Pony. So that was my positive.
Who do you pass it off to?
The floofy one.
I wonder who was the animator who stuck that Eloquent into the background.
That was
Oh
me.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Another one. It's like currently like Celestia's just like Opal. You get a pair of wings. You get a pair of wings. Everyone gets a pair of wings.
You get a horn, and you get a horn. Stay still. You get a horn.
Anyways,
I guess you could say Celestia was kind of horny that day.
Oh
No.
Oh no!
Now we've definitely lost our PG rating. Thanks.
Yeah, we like oh my
We're
god!
all out of here.
What's going on?
Oh my god!
Good night, everybody.
Can we move on?
Cut the stream.
Alright. Okay, sorry about that. Before I go, I just want to let you know that my connection is a bit funky, maybe because it's raining where I'm at. So if I cut out or anything, that's why. Just want to let you guys know.
Well, we should have let you run first then.
No, it's okay. Okay, but anyways, my positive for the episode is Rainbow Dash's portrayal. Like, I really love how this episode wrote Rainbow Dash. Like, okay, yeah, her main motivation was to get on the roller coaster, but she really does show that she take that favor seriously when Applejack asked to take care of the Grannies. She did take that seriously. Yeah, she did leave it for a moment, but then she came back and checked up on them. And no one even told her about it. She just kind of realized it herself.
This has been the best portrayal I think we've had of Rainbow Dash. I'd say since the... Actually, no, I can't exactly say that because the movie was literally like a couple months ago. I'm trying to think of an episode where Rainbow Dash was portrayed in a good light, but it's so hard because there's barely any good Rainbow Dash episodes as of recent. Nah, I got nothing.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, yeah, that's my main positive for the episode. I love how Rainbow Dash is portrayed in this episode. I mean, she kind of made the episode for me. That being said, I'll go ahead and pass it off to, let's see, who do I pick? How about you, Sunny?
Okay. I guess my positive would be kind of a combination between yours and Endless, where I kind of liked just generally the way the characters were and how they interacted with one another throughout the episode. The interaction with Applejack and Rainbow Dash, it was funny, to say the least. And I kind of liked a little bit of Rainbow Dash's little bit of a freak out kind of situation. Just kind of something that you can't just solve with speed this time, unfortunately. Otherwise, yeah, the background, I like had to pause the episode and catch myself when I saw the Rick and Morty there. I did not know that Hasbro would throw them in. And they were perfect. I liked how Rick Sanchez was all thin and stuff. And I don't know, I really liked that reference. I didn't see that many of the other references. Somebody said Gordon Ramsay was somewhere in the episode, but I couldn't see him.
I know where he was. That was the scene in the diner when they were getting the soup. Sorry, and I get into it. But Gordon Ramsay is not the new cameo. He was like
I know he was on Spice Up Your Life. I know that's when
so it's pretty old cameo.
But otherwise, yeah, I just liked the way that the 4 grandmares, I guess, is that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Came up with that on the spot. Whoops. So how the 4 grandmares interacted with each other, as well as Rainbow Dash, and of course the Applejack head is always fun to watch.
Can I quickly mention something? Because isn't that no one's actually mentioned yet? Sunny isn't Sunny the last positive? So am I allowed to mention this?
Actually,
positive.
Actually, there's one more, Blitz.
Oh, then I'll wait then.
Alright. When you're finished, it's Yoshi's turn since he's the last one to go.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it, so Yoshi.
Alright. Well, I think there's one thing that I loved about this episode. It was probably the vibe that was coming from it. By the way, I just gotta say this. Really? Granny's Gone Wild. You couldn't have thought of a more appropriate title.
I said that before, and I'm saying again, MOP is basically a Borderlands of kids show with the number of references.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the kids that Google searched this episode.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I mean, look at last weekend's episode. Fake it till you make it. And now
we're just getting more and more creative with their titles. Let's be honest here.
Well, I think that's actually a key component in the show is that they have to keep up with these titles.
It's like 28 pranks later, referencing 28 days later.
Yes,
Yet
exactly.
it had nothing to do with yet the film had nothing to do with the
but
episode.
But people caught on to that because they related it to it.
Come to think of it, I'm also surprised they got away with Granny Smith saying apple saucy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ew.
How did they get away with that?
Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
Before we talk about the flirt.
Okay,
Can I talk about the thing I was quickly gonna say?
Moving on.
No, because I'm still going.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, the thing about the vibe is, okay, how many people in this group are actually familiar with the Golden Girls sitcom?
Not.
I am.
I've only heard it by name, but go on.
Oh yeah. So basically, I actually love this episode for that because the thing is, growing up, the Golden Girls was probably one of those sitcom. It was a sitcom that I watched a lot growing up with my grandma, who was no longer with us. But the thing is that this would be like one of the shows that we watch, and I noticed how all 4 grannies are very similar, or at least have some of the quirks that made the characters, them. Like, so there's I can speak like Granny Smith, being the leader of the group would obviously be Dorothy. Was it Golden Orchard? The one who likes the cats.
That's
Delicious.
Yeah, that's Golden Delicious.
Golden Delicious would be Rose. The one who I can't remember the other 2 names. What were the other 2 names?
Wasn't it like Apple Fritter and
Apple sauce and apple rose, I think.
Yeah, well, the one who was hitting on the bell, the bell pony. reminded me of Blanche, and then the other one reminds me of Sophia. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Basically, they took some of the personalities from those characters and basically ponified them. So, I mean, even the Wilstonator, like when I saw his reaction to it, he even noticed that a lot of the grannies were very similar to the Golden Girls, surprisingly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, though, to be honest, I honestly didn't really have that much to say about this episode because, well, everyone's pretty much going crazy over the background characters.
You mean the Rick and Morty ponies?
Yeah, Rick and Morty, but there was also another one, but I can't remember who. I can't remember what he looked like.
You mean
I think all I know is that like he had a goatee or something. It was a male pony, had a goatee.
Black hat.
I've seen the screenshot. I don't know.
Well, I saw the screenshot on Twitter. I can't. I just don't remember what it was.
Yoshi is the Breaking Bad pony.
Yep, that's the one.
Wait, okay. That's the Breaking Bad reference?
Maybe.
Okay.
I didn't watch a lot of Breaking Bad.
I'll add more fuel to my negative.
Well, alright then. Yeah, I mean, I know everyone pretty much already talked about a lot of the main stuff, so yeah. I definitely love the vibe that this episode had with each of the characters and, getting their own moments in the spotlight and whatnot. So, yeah, I guess it's on to the negatives, right?
Yep.
Alright, then. Okay, I guess really that I think there was only one downside, but it was very minor, is, I don't know, I honestly thought that maybe the pacing and maybe in the middle of the episode kind of dragged a bit. Did anyone notice that did anyone feel like it slowed down in the second act?
Yeah. Not me.
Yeah.
It was the thing is, it was only like minor. It was like only a minor thing. Like it was only like maybe like a few, like maybe a few minutes of. But other than that, like the pacing was like almost all right for the most part. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I had to say for my negative. Like I said, this episode really didn't have a lot for me to work with both positive and negatives, since a lot of people were going crazy over the background ponies this time. All right, so go on, Sonny.
I guess I kind of have two negatives, but they're both a little bit of minor, I guess. The first one, because it's going to be a little bit...
Only pick one, dude.
I mean, they kind of work together with each other, because there's not really anything special about the episode, simply because I am not a fan of the way the message was delivered. I feel like there were a lot of ways that they could have done it a lot better, because... I don't know, when I first watched it, I just didn't understand what the message was going to be, because it's like, what's the message? Break rules? Break rules and have fun? Okay, let's go do that. I guess hearing it now, I guess the message was more to respect elders and not treat people different for their age. But even then, that message I felt was just like lost with Applejack and Rainbow Dash's interaction. There needed to be a little bit more Rainbow Dash and Granny interaction, I feel like, to get that message really across, as well as like don't have it all rotate back around at the end. I would have preferred if they like did those things and pressed Rainbow Dash and then moved on from there, like kind of built that up instead of just a complete 360 at the end.
Yeah, understandable point.
Yeah, so I don't know who I'm passing it off to.
I think that would be me.
So we're gonna reverse.
Yeah, we're going reverse, so next is
I know.
me.
I just can't remember who it was.
That would be me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Alright. My negative is kind of minor, but, like, okay, so Applejack, honey, darling, you're telling me that you're kind of treating these grannies like they're stereotypes of themselves. Like, okay, like stereotypical, like, elderly kind of characters, you know? I mean, I understand that they need to be taken care of and everything, and, keep in check, not to get too rowdy, because, but can we, like, maybe lessen that up a little bit, because from the sound of it, you're treating them like they're stereotypes. It didn't really rub it the wrong way, it's just something that I just can't help but noticing.
That's sort of diving into my negative as well.
Not to mention the list she gave her was kind of like the basic, no details at all. So how much it's a matter of interpretation.
Yeah, and something about that list. Okay, does anything on that list even describe how Rainbow Dash is? My answer
Like
is
excited, for instance.
yeah. Anything on that list describes nothing about Rainbow Dash. But I'm just scraping the bottom of the barrel here. So with that being said, I'll just pass it up to David and carry on.
Actually, to be honest, it felt more like a list of plot points than a list of how to take care of them.
Go ahead, David.
When it comes to negatives, I don't have that much to say about the negative for the episode. But as you said, Ven, there's a few nitpicks here and there, but I'm going to pick one nitpick. My nitpick is that this episode, in my opinion, okay, you guys can blast me if you want, I feel this episode needed a song.
How so?
Well,
yeah.
This episode, it was kind of like counterparted between Rainbow Dash and the Grandmares. I felt like there was a part of the episode where Rainbow Dash needed to like go back up to a room and maybe like open the window or something and have like a little short song, just like a solo song. You know what I mean?
In other words, just go full out Disney princess.
Given the recent track record of MLP song being hit or miss, I disagree with that point.
Which is fine, but like you get what I mean, and how Rainbow Dash felt kind of pressured because of what Applejack said, like about the rules, about the grannies being, feed them and make sure they have a nap and all this stuff. I felt like Rainbow Dash should have went up to a room and just took 5 minutes and just sung a little solo song about her feelings, because I felt Rainbow Dash was really pressured. Like, she wanted to go on the roller coaster, but she also had to look after the Grandmares, and I just was like, come on, that's a lot of pressure, to look after 4 elderly ponies, even though these ponies looked after themselves, like they were acting like kids. They were like, oh, let's just throw a rope down the window and escape. I felt Rainbow Dash was pressured in this episode. That's why I think it needed a song.
I kind of disagree with that.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's
fine. I'm just.
Why we're probably not going to be getting that many songs for like beginning of season 8, and obviously season 7 not having that many was actually the writers confirmed it was obviously to do that most of the song work was for the movie. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, the songs do impact the movie because it was the My Little Pony movie. Of course, they were going to have like 6 or 7 songs in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to an episode, I know they have to tone it down a bit, but there have been some good songs in the series as well.
Yeah, this episode's kind of jam-packed enough as is. I feel like a song would have kind of threw off the pacing.
Well, even if it was just a 2-minute, 3-minute song, like, the one with the Apple Bloom song where she's like, no time for a song. That's what I was trying to get at, where Rainbow Dash is like, I can't sing right now. I got Grannies to look after.
So wait, not only is Applejack a protector of apple clones, she's also a protector of her pennies.
So technically, you're saying Rainbow Dash would have had to channel her in a Pinkie Pie and break the fourth wall.
Pretty much.
Pretty
much.
Or have Applejack be the one to slap her in the face.
Well, I think Applejack did that, like, what, 4 times in the episode? Look after my friend.
And maybe that floating Applejack character got in the song.
I think that should have been a song. I'm a floating head. Anyways, I'll pass it on now.
Alright, Endless, you're up next.
I don't really have much of a negative. It was a pretty good episode.
Do you want to pass it on?
Sure.
Alright, your floor's your shopper, and do I need to get out a soapbox again?
You maniacs! You crossed the line! Dang you! And you Hasbro, why Rick and Morty, why Grannies Go Wild? Isn't that too adult humor for a kids show?
Well...
Also Breaking Bad.
Well, to be fair, Shopper, it's not the first time that they use adult humor in one of the episodes. Hello, buddy.
Come on, that's me talking about the Rick and Morty.
Well,
I think they didn't go that far so far.
Well, think about
that. He has got a point because the fan base hasn't actually just been focusing, like, it's mainly just been focusing on the Rick and Morty reference instead of actually focusing on the actual episode itself. So he's got a point there.
You know, there is the fun fact I didn't notice the Rick and Morty ponies, but until all they point out on Twitter, Tumblr, and whatever that there was a Rick and Morty reference.
Yeah,
because they're only on screen for like a split second.
Yeah. Less than the Flim and Flam statue that was in front of you.
I noticed it.
I saw that.
I'm never going to live this down now, am I? I'm never going to live this down.
At least for a week.
Well, good night, everybody.
And I do say we are coming from Sharp, and again, it's not the first time they implement some adult humor in one of the episodes. Hello, Body Pillow from Stranger Than Fanfiction.
It's funny, even though the episode was bad.
And if you even want to go further back, Princess Twilight Sparkle, Part 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, nope.
Oh, yeah.
That's more of a matter of interpretation.
Yeah, it's more implied
than the actual legit reference made by the show stuff.
That's true.
Even still, I think the implications between Rick and Morty are worse because we all know how the Rick and Morty.
Yep.
Not defending him because I still am nope for there, but no, never mind. No, I'm not gonna finish that because I'm gonna for a moment. No, but still, I think Rick and Morty reference is worse than the Body Pillow.
In before My Little Pony gets a cameo in Rick and Morty season 4, if season 4 actually.
Oh, I hope not.
I'm calling it now. Like, if I'm right, you owe me £1, a whole £1.
Over my dead body.
Moving on. Alright, you all finished this, Sharp?
Yeah, and I didn't need the soapbox this time.
Okay.
Oh, okay, guess I'll put the soapbox back.
Alright, your turn, Looney.
I'm actually like Gimless. I didn't have a negative on this episode.
Oh, okay. Do you want to pass off to Kitty?
Go ahead.
Don't really have too much of a negative either. Just kind of just agreeing with the fact that the episode kind of needed a song.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, so, alright.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not the only one.
And I guess you're up. Let's.
Right. Let's just get this trending on Twitter. Hashtag blame Applejack. Because, keep this in mind, the entire conflict wouldn't have happened if Applejack just kept her blimming mouth shut. Let's be completely 100% honest with ourselves. If Applejack wasn't so overprotective, then again, Applejack, that is pretty much Applejack's worst character flaw.
There's no point to watch over me.
Yeah.
Well, you just beat me to it, god damn it. Thanks for that. Thank you very much. Anyway, so yeah, this is why I don't like, I'm saying this now, and I know obviously this is probably because I'm just generally, Applejack is, this is going to get a lot of people coming after me, because I know all the Applejack fans that are watching this are going to kill me. Applejack is my least favorite member out of the main six, and this is just another reason why this entire conflict could have been avoided if Applejack just kept her blimming mouth shut. Seriously. I do admit the humorous, hallucination Applejacks, that was pretty funny. But if Applejack just shut up and let Rainbow Dash get on with it, I know you could be seeing that obviously Applejack doesn't trust Rainbow Dash, which is fair enough. But if she just kept her mouth shut, the entire conflict would not have happened.
But
are you talking about the Applejack before the takeoff to
yeah.
Pegasus, or during the whole episode with the whole hallucination?
Before.
Okay, then that maybe. Okay, then that makes sense.
Looney knows. Looney's just tweeted. What Looney tweeted. Everyone get tweeting hashtag blame Applejack.
Uh-oh.
You're welcome.
Prepare for the pitchforks.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
you would think after 7+ seasons, Applejack would trust Rainbow Dash.
Anyway, I just want to quickly also mention, did anyone notice Trixie's dead?
Yes.
Everyone.
Pretty much
That was
everyone.
all over Twitter, so yeah.
Because I'm surprised nobody talked about that.
But do we actually confirm? Do we confirm that Trixie's dead?
No.
We once saw Rainbow Dash that. Then apparently that wasn't Rainbow Dash that, but just some random rainbow pony.
Okay. Two things before we move on. First off, about the whole the blue magician pony. I think it's contributed to Lauren Fowles' original idea for Trixie, because Lauren Fowles originally had Trixie to be a male before Hasbro changed it.
Yeah, that's very true.
So it could be just a nod to that, and also it could be anything. I mean, he could be her father, or he could be her brother. He could be her uncle, or just a pony that Trixie idolized. But fanfic writers, get on your keyboard.
Or just a random pony or just
your fanfics.
Or just a random pony that conveniently looks exactly like Trixie, just like the that rainbow pony that was, what was it? Back in season 4 with Fight to the Finish, I think, when we had the Rainbow Dash flashback. That was the These Ponies Place. Oh, that was the episode when we had the flashback with the rainbow pony. Rainbow Pegasus. And everyone thought this is Rainbow Dash that, but no, that wasn't him.
Yeah, Window Glidance would like to have a word with you.
Yep, that's all I gotta say before we move on. So,
also, if I can add a little bit to what you said about the Lauren Foss origin vision, it's funny that because Lauren Foss left the show because of the disagreement with her vision and the vision of Hasbro. Now the Hasbro is bringing all her original visions. Like a little bit of irony.
Maybe they're trying to apologize.
A bit too late for that.
Now all they need to do is bring Lauren Foss back.
Anyways, you want to move on, Blitz?
Hashtag blame Applejack, and that is all.
You know, you better hope Sketchy the Changeling won't see that.
But if we get it trending, then oh lord.
Oh man.
Alright, I believe it's up to you, Snivy.
Well, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't really have much of a negative for this episode.
Alright.
It was just a ton of fun.
Alright, with that being said, I guess we'll move on to our ratings. Before we get started, one of our main members who was absent this time around decided to give his rating for the episode, and that would be Purple Puma, who gave this episode a 4 out of 5. So, Snivy, what would you give it?
Beg pardon, but Wing Cloud Riz also gave his rating on the episode.
And which is?
5 out of 5.
Alright. 5 out of 5 for Drizzle. Okay. Alright, Snivy, what would you give it?
5 out of 5.
Okay. Let's.
5 out of 5. Easily 5 out of 5 best of the season so far. And like I said in the season premiere, the season is gradually starting to pick up quality. After obviously last week and now this week, it's pretty safe to say that if the consistency of quality continues, this season is shaping up to be better than season 7.
Doubt that.
Debatable.
Well,
I still think it's too early to say whether or not it's better than season 7.
I know it's too early to obviously say, but if we keep getting this level of quality in terms of writing, that's just what I'm saying.
Perfect.
No episode's ever gonna top the topic.
Sorry guys, I need to take a sip of water. Something is my throat.
What? Wait, what?
Anyways, Kitty, what would you give it?
5 out of 5. It just reminds me of home.
Aww.
Home sweet
Can we just
home.
notice Kitty's new profile pic on Discord as well?
Let me see.
I was wondering when someone noticed it.
See, I notice things, just not when they're right in the beginning of a pony episode. Yeah.
Alright.
That was the middle part.
Loney?
5 out of 5.
That was easy.
Oof.
Alright,
Switching a pattern here.
Alright, Sharp?
4 out of 5. Better episode, quality-wise, was better than last time, even though last time was okay. But but it haven't done much for me.
Alright. 4 out of 5 for Sharp. Alright, who's next? Endless?
I'd say 4.5 out of 5. It was an all-around good episode, but didn't really have that push to make me give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh, that's interesting. 4.5 for Endless. Okay. David?
My rating would be a solid 5 out of 5.
5, hey?
Yeah, Sugar Cube.
Shouldn't I be the one saying that?
Well, go ahead.
Tries to do a really high-pitched voice. I tagging Kitty to do an Apple Bloom impression.
Oh no. No.
Wolfie in there.
No.
Wolfie in here for that.
Don't. Don't try that on me.
Not like this.
Go to the corner.
Anyways,
I don't have a corner.
anyways, my turn. I'm giving this episode a 4.5 out of 5. I mean, it's a really good episode almost throughout. I mean, the only thing that rubbed me the wrong way was Applejack's assumptions on Granny Smith and the others, which kind of makes me think that which made me think that she thought they were just stereotypes. But other than that, it was a pretty entertaining episode throughout. I really enjoyed the heck out of this one.
#blame Applejack.
Sunny?
3 out of 5. The episode was nice. but it doesn't really do anything special. And again, my negative of being lost in the message didn't really sit right with me.
That's fair. And Yoshi?
Well, I'm gonna reiterate a point that was stated by Blitzy earlier. Yeah, this is probably the start of the whole season 8 picking up in terms of quality. But honestly, I think season 8 has been pretty consistent so far. By the way, I'm just calling it right now. This is probably the most overhated season, even though it's only started.
It's because people don't like change, and it's like, well, bringing in like the thing is, if they were to just continue doing the same thing for like an 8th season, it's a bit like change is good. Just chill, please.
Here's the thing, though. If you don't like change, you don't really have much business watching My Little Pony because they change every season.
Yeah, and change makes the show progress.
Indeed.
Experimentation is the word.
Yeah, experimentation.
Yeah.
You know, I know we should be not talking so technical, but experimentation is what makes the show it's valued.
Better than a long-running show that remains
If
stale
they
for
kept
so
doing
long.
the same formula over and over again, the show would get stale.
Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Season 1 and 2. Seasons 1 and 2.
Flutter Tree.
Yeah, but anyway, I definitely enjoyed this episode fully. I mean, I think the best word to describe this episode in a nutshell is quirky. It's
We're
just,
going on My Hero Academia.
Yeah, it's an episode that just rolls with the punches and then just goes along with what it wants to do. I like
Secretly, Rainbow Dash has inherited All for One.
Mhm.
Also, I loved the Golden Girls vibe coming from this episode. So this might seem a bit biased, seeing as how this was one of my favorite sitcoms growing up as a kid. So, yeah. So I'm gonna be giving this episode the same rating that that Venom gave it, a 4.5 out of 5.
All right. And just like that, I already did the math. And so, the overall group rating for Grannies Gone Wild is a 4.5.
Highest rating of the season.
Not a big surprise.
And if I am not mistaken, it would be the highest rated episode of the season so far, and it is the highest rated episode so far.
What was the rating for the season premiere?
4.
I think it was 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
What about Fake It Till You Make It? Was that another 4?
Yeah, Fake It Till You Make It was a 4.
Okay.
So this is the highest rated episode this season so far. Progress.
Like I said, this season is gradually getting better with quality.
Only time to tell where else it will
Even
go.
before we get a really bad episode next week.
Yeah, let's pray
jinx
that.
it.
Yeah, let's pray that's not gonna happen. So
Hopefully the Monk will be the only bad episode this season.
So anyways, that will be all for today's podcast. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next week where we cover an episode that a lot of us seem very interested given the premise. The next episode is Surf and or Turf.
I cannot wait for this episode because of the synopsis.
Oh my god!
Also, it's the first CNC episode of the season, baby.
Spoiler.
We're gonna go to Hawaii.
That's
And
spoiling.
also, this is
Translation: Mount Eris.
Anyways, I
This
hope
is
you all.
surprising me. I haven't got to see the synopsis yet.
I hope you all
You
enjoy.
haven't got to see it. Haven't got to see it.
I haven't read the synopsis yet.
Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Bye.
And if you tried Googling Granny's Gone Wild out of curiosity, I feel so sorry for you right now.
Hashtag blame Applejack.
Hold on.
Okay, here we go then.
May the flute be with you all.